This is Joab Frank Chakaza with the news on Zodiak. The headlines. Councils in the country to benefit from a 75 billion kwacha World Bank grant. Health expert says first and second waves of COVID-19 have offered lessons to the country on how to prepare for a positive third wave. At least 150 children with disabilities in Mulanje are in need of wheelchairs. And in sports, Malawi women's cricket national team to play in 2021 ICC Women's World Cup qualifiers in Botswana. Now the news in detail. The World Bank has provided Malawi with a 75 billion kwacha grant for distribution to all 28 district councils for implementation of projects that were abandoned and others new. Amounts to be dispersed will depend on the financial management record of a particular district council. Deputy Director for Local Government Services Douglas Chakwera said this in Leza on Thursday during a meeting with traditional authorities, parliamentarians, councillors and the council secretariat. Chakwera says the funds will be dispersed this month. Our reporter in Leza, Chikondi Mpande, filed this report.
Deputy Director of Local Government Services Douglas Chakwera told Zodiak they have received 75 billion kwacha and a project called Governance to enable service delivery, for example, implementation of projects under District Development Plan with a focus on abandoned projects. He said in January and February this year, they conducted a local authority performance assessment in all the district councils, whose findings will be used to determine councils to receive large amounts depending on their financial management.
We have this project, and the project has 100 million United States dollars that must be spent in accordance with the district development planning system. This money will follow the DDF guidelines, which means that it is money that goes straight into the district development fund.
Chairperson for the District Council, Temuka Nkhani, told us that the funds will assist the district to construct more health facilities and school blocks, among other projects.
This project has come at the right time. Our main focus area will be the completing the incomplete projects, as well as prioritizing the VTC action plans.
Parliamentarian for the North constituency, Savero Kafwafwa, said construction of bridges which stalled in his area will now be completed.
We want to make sure that from now we should improve, so access to education should be a priority in the North constituency. So we expect to see more classrooms, teachers' houses, and also maybe constructing one or two other community-based secondary schools.
World Bank will provide such grants for 5 years if the Malawi government also continues dispersing its own funds to district councils through District Development Fund.
Health authorities have expressed optimism that the distribution exercise of essential medical equipment worth $1 million United States dollars in the country's hospitals will significantly assist to enhance reproductive health services. The Ministry Director of Reproductive Health, Fani Kachari, told journalists in Cholo that it was pathetic that a lack of such items has been fueling maternal deaths as pregnant women could not access them in health facilities. This comes at a time both Chirazulu and Cholo districts have each registered 13 maternal deaths since July last year. Christopher Sande with the details.
The Ministry's Director of Reproductive Health, Fani Kachari, has told the media in Cholo that the government of Germany through UNFPA bankrolled over $1 million United States dollars, which is equivalent to 750 million kwacha, to support pregnant mothers that were affected by the 2019 cyclone Idai. She says the money has been used to buy essential medical equipment. The equipment, which include oxygen concentrators, operating theater beds, among others, have already been distributed to all the central and district hospitals in order to scale up reproductive health services. Kachari further stated that it is pathetic that lack of such equipment in various facilities, attributed by failure by pregnant mothers to go in time to deliver at hospital for fear of catching COVID-19, has increased maternal deaths.
Efforts are being made to reduce especially the preventable deaths, and mostly we know the reasons that they are dying from is hemorrhage, which is bleeding. They also die from infection, but they also die from high blood pressure that arises during pregnancy.
While commending German government for the support, Cholo Acting Director of Health and Social Services, Dr. Dennis Solomoni, says the district is still in dire need of scanning and X-ray machines.
Mostly on the part of imaging, we have been lacking a good ultrasound machine or scanning machine.
Records indicate that Cholo and Chiladzulu have each recorded 13 maternal deaths since July last year. Reporting for Zodiac, this is Christopher Sande.
Still on health matters, an expert in the field says the first and second waves of COVID-19 have taught the country lessons to prepare for and manage a possible third wave. Professor Joseph Mfuso Bengo from the College of Medicine in Blantyre says besides the vaccine, the country's leadership needs to enforce regulations targeting prevention of further spread of the pandemic. He spoke Thursday during a virtual second extraordinary health think tank conference. Professor Mfuso Bengo explains.
If you are going to, do you know the second wave, they came, and then we are still using a vaccine which was discovered for the first wave. We are using AstraZeneca. I want to tell you that there were countries who said no because of political reasons, to say we are not going to vaccinate ourselves, our people. You know that some countries in Europe refused in the beginning. But now, studies are showing now that actually the cases are going down, are going up. And actually, as we are now thinking of not letting people now to be free in Malawi and in other countries, they are thinking of locking down more people. Unlike UK, where their leader decided to say, no, we don't care, we have evidence, we don't care what people are talking about, without the evidence, we will vaccinate our people. As we are talking now, 50% of UK adults are being vaccinated. And guess what? The cases are going down dramatically. So that's what we have learned from COVID-19 pandemic is that leadership matters. Good decision matters. Bad decision can kill. Good decision can save life.
Government has announced farm gate prices for all strategic crops for the 2020-2021 agricultural season, with maize set at 150 kwacha per kilogram. This is lower than the 200 per kilogram that was set last farming season. Speaking when he announced the prices in Lilongwe Thursday evening, Minister of Agriculture Lobin Lowe said the prices have been arrived at after thorough consultations with relevant stakeholders in the agricultural sector. Madari Tsopiri with details.
Minister of Agriculture Lobin Lowe said before coming up with farm gate prices, there are several factors that are considered, such as cost of production, market forces, price trends for the previous year, and export pricing. He added that after thorough consultations with the key stakeholders in the agricultural sector, they settled for 150 kwacha per kilogram for maize because the production cost was around 120 kwacha per kilogram, which meant the farmer was still making a 30 kwacha profit per kilogram. Among other crops, cotton is at 320 kwacha per kilogram, paprika will be sold at 830 kwacha per kilogram, while polished rice is at 600 kwacha per kilogram, shelled groundnuts will be sold at 480 kwacha per kilogram, and pure beans is at 510 kwacha per kilogram. Both the Farmers Union of Malawi, FUM, and Civil Society Agriculture Network said what was key was for ADMAC to start buying the produce early to protect farmers from unscrupulous traders. Jacob Nyirongo is FUM Chief Executive Officer.
The major issue is that as Malawi, we need to have a price leader. And we depend on ADMAC for ADMAC to come on the market and be a price leader so that farmers have an alternative market where they are being offered a good price that is minimum. In the absence of that, farmers are involved in distress selling.
But Lowe has assured that ADMAC is doing everything possible to go on the market early.
My ministry is trying all the best to capacitate ADMAC to make sure that once we are sure of optimum moisture content, ADMAC should be able to start buying the produce.
Government has since warned that the law will take its course on agro-dealers who will not adhere to the new farm gate prices. For Zodiac, this is Madalito Piri reporting.
An education expert, Dr. Steve Shara, has described the 2020 MSCE examination results as an expected catastrophe. Only 41% of those who sat for the examinations have passed. Responding to the announcement of the results, Dr. Shara attributed the poor results to COVID-19 school closure, postponement and cancellation of MSc examinations, among other things. As such, Dr. Shara has appealed to all responsible bodies to swiftly rectify the challenges. He explains.
It's very disappointing, and no doubt about that. But we saw this coming. We saw this coming after the 6 months that schools were closed in 2020. And then students were given a month to prepare. And then the MSc exam started last year in October. And then just days after the exam started, there were these massive leakages and cheating, so the exams were cancelled. This was a lot of disruption, and it's quite expected that students would perform very well, because students perform well when things are stable, when they have got an atmosphere where they can concentrate and where they are confident and so on. But given COVID and then given the disruption, given the school closures, this is the result we should have expected. And we really should be talking about what to do next, because we can't afford a 41% pass rate. So we need to try and recover whatever learning loss has happened last year and also this year. Even those students that have passed, they are quite lucky that they have passed, but there are huge learning losses that have happened as part of the process.
You're watching the news here on Zodiac. We'll be back with more after this.
To achieve great things in life, you must do little things every day, like the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. 1, wake up. 2, brush up. 3, smile through your day with a fresh breath and strong tea. Smile through your day with a fresh breath and strong tea. Do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate and give yourself a future to smell about.
Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. Blockbuster Megastore brings you America's finest. Ashley Furniture Home Store, Malawi. Ashley Furniture Home Store is located in Ginnery Corner, opposite Makra House at the new building. Our Ashley Furniture Home Store comes in 5 different styles to suit every personality. Either young or old, we've got you covered. Come and experience our showroom and discover the lifestyle that suits your personality. We have Ashley's signature collections on dining table, sofa sets, and bedroom. Come in store and see it for yourself. Our trading hours are Mondays through Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sundays are closed. Visit our home store today. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home.
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums. Ah, Colgate Herbal. Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
Welcome back. Here again with the top stories. Councils in the country to benefit from a 75 billion kwacha World Bank grant. Health expert says first and second waves of COVID-19 have offered lessons to the country on how to prepare for a possible third wave. At least 150 children with disabilities in Mulanje are in need of wheelchairs. In sports, Malawi women's cricket national team to play in 2021 ICC Women's World Cup qualifiers in Botswana. Now let's move on with the news. At least 150 children with disabilities in Mulanje are in need of wheelchairs. The District Social Welfare Officer, Martha Mkisi, told us her office has been sounding an SOS to organizations and people of goodwill to provide the wheelchairs, as most of them struggle to go to school due to mobility challenges. On Thursday, well-wisher Alabi Burnett donated wheelchairs to 7 children in Traditional Authority Chikumbu in the district. Hastings Jimani reports from Mulanje.
The youthful Alabi Burnett said he is touched with the plight of children with disabilities that struggle to go to school because of mobility challenges. He said this is what compelled him to use part of the proceeds from his construction company to buy the 7 wheelchairs and donate them to the children.
I've targeted many children because what I want is to support them in education. I want these people to go to school, to learn, so that they can become the good citizens of Malawi. These children, they are struggling to go to school. Sometimes the parents are always busy. Sometimes the parents can get tired. So to carry them to and from school is a problem. That's why I decided to give them these wheelchairs so that even their fellow schoolmates, they can push them going to school and learn and have the good leaders of Malawi tomorrow, inshallah.
Julieta Samson, a mother of a child with a disability who received a mattress instead of a wheelchair due to gravity of her disability, thanked Burnett for the donation. Meanwhile, District Social Welfare Officer Martha Nkisi, who says her office was not involved in identification and distribution of the wheelchairs, has said the gesture by Burnett is worth commending. Nkisi said the district has close to 150 children with disabilities that are in need of wheelchairs. The 7 children that received the wheelchairs came from Kumponda, Pada, Mpika and Chitambi villages in Chikombo. For Zodiak in Mulanje, this is Hastings Jimani reporting.
A total of 1,000 elderly people in Kasungu, some with various disabilities, have all the reason to smile after a local business person treated them to an Easter celebration with hampers. Msaiwale Kavina told Zodiak that as a business person raised up in the village, he was touched by the lives of the people in the village, hence donating the items to the tune of about 10 million kwacha at Bowe and Chawale. Nonkubu reports.
It was a happy moment for the elderly and persons with disabilities in Doha as a long-based businessman in Saiwali Kavina treated them to an early Easter celebration. A total of 1,000 people from Bowe and Chawale have received hampers comprising of tablets of soap, cooking oil, packets of sugar, maize flour, and salt, to mention but some. Kavina told Zodiac that he decided to cheer the elderly and persons with disabilities because his life is touched with the less privileged. He says as a businessman raised from the village, he has in mind how people struggle to meet ends, hence giving them a hand. Kavina feels every citizen has an obligation to sharing their blessings with the less privileged to make the world a better place to live. Pastor Lyson Malir of Life Gospel Church held the gesture, describing it as a demonstration of godly love. He says globally businesses are going through economic hardships due to COVID-19, and remembering the poor in such a time is a rare gesture. Senior Group Village Headman Chakaza of Doha urged other people to emulate the gesture, saying the elderly and disabled persons are among the most disadvantaged people in the society when it comes to social safety nets. The donation is to a tune of close to 10 million Malawi kwacha. For Zodiac, this is Noron Kubwi reporting.
The Malawi women's cricket national team have qualified for the 2021 ICC Women's World Cup qualifiers scheduled for Botswana in September. Malawi Cricket Union President Vivek Ganisen says the team qualified because of their world ranking. They are ranked 45th in the world. The country's women's cricket national team will be making its debut at the tournament since it was awarded the 2020 international status. Well, that's how we come to the end of this bulletin. Let's take another look at the headlines as we leave. Councils in the country to benefit from a 75 billion kwacha World Bank grant. Health expert says first and second waves of COVID-19 has offered lessons to the country on how to prepare for a possible third wave. At least 150 children with disabilities in Mulanje are in need of wheelchairs. In sports, Malawi women's cricket national team to play in 2021 ICC Women's World Cup qualifiers in Botswana. Visit our website zodiacmalawi.com for more news. I'm Job Frank Chakaza. Goodbye.